Hi, my name's Amy and I'm one of the practitioners here at Core Healing, and this video is to share with you a little bit more about this modality so we can focus on releasing and correcting as many imbalances as possible in your session. Now, during your session we're working with your energy. So to understand how a session works, we need to understand that everything is energy, from the chair we sit on to the table, and we're even made from energy. Now, energy is available in physical form and invisible form. So things like wind and gravity are examples of invisible energy. Now, our body is the best example of physical and invisible energy. Our physical body is an example of energy in physical form. So our body feels solid, it feels hard. We also have an invisible energy body, so kind of like what you can see on the screen. This is the energy that we can't see. So it's the intelligence in our body that tells our heart to beat, that digests our food without us telling it to do so. And that's what we're working with in your session. So in your session, your practitioner will be connecting with your energy and getting answers from your invisible energy, specifically your subconscious mind. Now, I like to use an iceberg analogy to explain this. So we have our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. Now, our conscious mind operates about 5% of our mind, and it's like the iceberg that's above the surface. So it's what we're currently aware of, what we're thinking about right now. Then we have our subconscious mind. It operates about 95% of our mind. So it's like the iceberg below the surface, the stuff that we can't see. I like to think of our subconscious mind kind of like our own internal computer. It knows absolutely everything about us. It remembers everything. So it includes all our past experiences, our childhood programming, our ancestral conflict and trauma. So this is all the stuff that's contributing to your behaviors, your habits, your thoughts, and the direction of your life. So this is where the information from your session is coming from, your subconscious mind. Now, our body is constantly communicating with us, but most of the time we're too busy to listen. So our body likes to speak to us in whispers, so it might give us a headache or a discomfort, and we might try to suppress it or try to shut it down so we can just get through the day. But then over time, our body keeps score. So the energy of our thoughts, of our emotions, of our past experiences, they all activate a physical, mental, or emotional response in the body. So what we're noticing is that our back might be hurting, or that we're constantly feeling tired, or we're emotionally reactive over the smallest thing, or we might be having reoccurring headaches. So the pain, the discomfort, these issues are a build-up of different things from our life. So I like to use a little bit of a glass example to help explain this. So if we were to take a glass which represents you, over time things happen in your life. So it might be like a kid at school no longer wants to be your friend. Parents may have gone through a divorce. You may have tripped over in front of your whole class at school, gone through your first breakup, experienced the death of a loved one, or may have gone through a sickness when you were younger. And each of these things are filling up the glass. So the energy from these situations, these experiences, they're stored in the body. And over time, this presents in our body as maybe hip pain or back pain. So the feelings of insecurity, helplessness, feeling unsupported, this could show up in your life as anxiety. Or the blame, anger, arguments, or trying to block out other people can show up as an earache. Or constant stress, struggle, and frustration over time can show up in the body as fatigue. Or we could have judgment, resentment, anger, and unresolved family issues, which is showing up as knee pain. So we can have a label, like on the screen, it's got a label of pain, but then there's a lot of different things that are filling up the glass. So there's a lot of different things that have happened throughout our lives that are contributing to the issue. So what's presenting in your body right now. So during a session, we're finding and releasing energies that are contributing to your issue. So what we're doing, we're emptying out the glass. Now, one of the most common causes of imbalance in the body, so the things that actually fill up the glass, is emotional energy. So we experience life through our emotions. Our emotions help us interpret situations. They help us interpret our environment, so whether it's safe, if there's danger or a threat. And we're constantly moving through different emotions. Now, when we experience an emotion, we feel it in our body. So for example, if we experience the emotion of anger, our whole body takes on that vibration of anger, and you feel the energy of that emotion in your body, and that's the evidence of the energy. Now, if we feel anger, we might want to scream, we might want to yell, we might want to punch something or run away, but it may not be appropriate in that moment to do those things. So instead, that emotional energy of anger gets suppressed. It's unable to be released, and it gets stuck in the body. Now, same thing if we feel like crying and we're trying to hold back the tears and you want to stop yourself from crying. So this suppression and masking of our emotions can result in the energy becoming stuck in the body. And in a session, you may hear us referring to a trapped emotion. And that's that emotional energy like anger or crying that has been held back, that has been suppressed. So it's got trapped in the body. So trapped emotions are leftover negative emotional energies that got stuck in your body from past emotional experiences that you couldn't fully process at the time. So that's those emotions that we try to suppress, the emotions that we don't process. So it could be the tears that we tried to hold back when we were younger because it might have been considered weak to cry. It could be the resentment that's directed towards a family member that you've carried with you and suppressed just to keep the peace. It could be the insecurity that you felt in a large group of people. Now, when we feel an emotion, there's a cycle that it should go through. So we create the emotion. So using the example of anger, we create the emotion. We're meant to feel and experience that emotion and then release the energy of that emotion. But instead, when we feel the emotion of anger, sometimes it's just too uncomfortable or you don't want to embarrass yourself in the moment. So then we suppress it and we bottle it up. So that emotional cycle is actually being interrupted. Now, I've got an example of an antelope being chased by a cheetah. So the antelope is running for its life. Now, the energy is surging through the antelope's body at this particular moment because it wants to survive. Now, if the antelope manages to get away from the cheetah, it still has that heightened energy in its body. So what it actually does, when it's safe, it shakes off and releases that excess energy, and then it can go back to grazing. But we never allow ourselves to experience and let go of this energy. So if we're feeling anger, if we feel like we want to cry, we are trying to suppress it and we're not actually releasing it like the antelope when it shakes away the excess energy when it's safe. We don't actually continue that emotional cycle. Now, every emotion has a vibrational frequency. So when we're feeling an emotion, whether it be failure, whether it be guilt, whether it be fear, we are feeling a vibration. So we are feeling the energy, and that energy influences how our body functions. So we can have high vibration emotions and we can have low vibrational emotions. Now, this is an example of an emotional scale. And we're always moving through emotions with every experience. So every day we're experiencing positive emotions of love or joy or happiness, or we're experiencing negative emotions such as frustration, discouragement, jealousy, fear. It's when we don't allow ourselves to feel the negative emotions or they feel overwhelming that this energy can get stuck in our body. Now, the more negative emotions and negative energies that we trap in our body is kind of like a vibrational magnet, in that we continue to attract the same negative energy in our life, and we continue to have the same experiences and the same types of people come into our life. So you may notice on reflection the types of unwanted people you attract, or the types of unwanted experiences. And these things kind of keep repeating, like, why do these things keep happening to me? And when we release trapped emotions, when we release negative energies in a session, we're changing your energy. We're changing your point of attraction. So the people and experiences you attract may be more in line with what you're looking for in life. So in your session, we're working with your energy. So specifically your subconscious mind. That's where all the information is coming from. And we're looking for negative energies that are creating imbalance in your body and that are contributing to your issues. Now, thank you for choosing to experience this energy healing modality and taking this step for yourself. Sometimes it can be a big jump to do something for yourself. So thank you for choosing to work with us, and we look forward to working with you.